Donald Trump wants to have all the credit from the anti-abortion crowd for ending Roe v. Wade and everything that has happened since. He also doesn't want any of the blame from the pro-choice crowd for ending Roe v. Wade and what has happened since. That is why he tries to be so cryptic about his abortion stance now. He won't make statements except when he does. And when he does make a statement, he then lies and tries to backtrack. Let's take a look at this message on Truth Social. He said, "I never said that some states may choose to monitor women's pregnancies to possibly prosecute for violating any abortion bans. This was made up by Democrats and the fake news media. The issue for him is we have transcripts." So let me read you this portion of the transcript. The question was, do you think states should monitor women's pregnancies so they can know if they've gotten an abortion after the ban? And then he said, "I think they might do that. Again, you'll have to speak to the individual states. Look, Roe v. Wade was all about bringing it back to the states, and that was a legal, as well as possibly the hearts of some and the minds of some, a moral decision. But it was largely a legal decision. Every legal scholar, Democrat, Republican, and other, wanted that issue back at the states. You know, Roe v. Wade was always considered a very bad law. Very bad. It was a very bad issue from a legal standpoint. People were amazed it lasted so long as it did, and what I was able to do is through the choice of some very good people who frankly were very courageous. The justice that turned out to be, you know, the Republican." And then he just kind of trails off. He's very hard to read. I am sorry for that. Now, there was a follow-up question. States will decide if they're comfortable or not. And then Trump interrupts. Yeah, the states. And then he gets asked a question again. This is still in what he's saying. The question was, prosecuting women for getting abortions after the ban. But are you comfortable with that? And Trump says the states are going to say, is it irrelevant whether I'm comfortable or not? It's totally irrelevant because the states are going to make these decisions. And by the way, Texas is going to be different than Ohio, and Ohio is going to be different than Michigan. I see what's happening. Yeah, and then he also calls out, tries to say, well, but Texas's ban is, you know, it's too severe. He wants to play every side of the issue because abortion is on the ballot in every single state. If you are in a state that has a strict abortion ban, you can vote for Democrats and try to get this changed federally, enshrine it federally, or try to change it local. And he's afraid. He's afraid he screwed up because abortion is that issue the conservatives wanted to chase, right? They're a dog chasing a car. And they finally done it. Now what do? They have to deal with the consequences. And the consequences are people actually don't support this. And he'll keep saying, well, every legal... No, they don't. Legal scholars don't agree with him. They don't agree with the Supreme Court. You can go find it. The people of the country do not agree with the Supreme Court, especially women, especially groups he needs to get to vote for him. He really messed up Republican politics across the board by not coming out and basically telling the Supreme Court not to do him a favor by banning Roe v. Wade, because, you know, they did it because he wanted it banned. He brags about it. It's his fault when it suits him. And here we are again. And you can see there's a lot of words that I'm not reading in this because, very simply, he did, in fact, in the interview say that, you know, not in the exact quote, because he quotes it here, but he did say that states can choose to monitor women's pregnancies and prosecute them for violating any abortion bans. That's the whole point of what he said. He admitted that. But it's not in those exact words, right? He's trying to pull the Marjorie Taylor Greene Jewish space lasers. Well, I technically said that, but I use a different wording, so you can't hold it against me.